Most brands find out about a reputation problem the same way you find out your flight was cancelled, after it's already too late to do much about it. The good news? Reputation crises rarely appear out of nowhere. They start small. A negative review here, a forum thread there, a journalist mention that doesn't quite have the full story. The brands that come out of these situations best aren't necessarily faster at responding, they are faster at noticing. That's the whole game, early signal detection. Your reputation doesn't live in one place, it's spread across social platforms, news sites, blogs, reviews platforms, forums, and niche corners of the internet you'd never think to check on a given Tuesday. Ask yourself this. Right now, if someone posted something about your brand on a niche industry forum, how long would it take you to find out? Once you have coverage, the second challenge is acting fast enough for it to matter. A reputation issue rarely starts as a crisis, it starts as a signal. The difference between we handled it well and we were blindsided usually comes down to how quickly that signal reaches the right person. And that means having your decision infrastructure in place before you need it. 3 things every team should know before any crisis hits. First, who owns the first response? Who is actually authorized to post, reply, or issue a statement? Second, what your escalation path looks like. Who gets looped in for a small complaint versus a large-scale negative spike? And third, what counts as urgent? Not every negative mention is a fire. A clear internal definition of what warrants immediate attention versus routine monitoring saves enormous time when the stakes are actually high. Here's the trap a lot of teams fall into. Treating a spike in mentions as automatically bad news, but a spike could be bad press, a viral win, or an influencer shutout. Without sentiment context, you can't tell. Whatever system you have, it needs to distinguish between how much people are talking about you and how they feel when they do. Those are different things, and conflating them leads to real mistakes. Ignoring a genuine reputation threat because the volume looks normal, or panicking about a positive news cycle. Build a habit of qualitative spot checks on your highest reach mentions. Raw volume numbers alone will miss things that actually matter. This is where a lot of RM's efforts stall out. The team can see the sentiment dropped or that negative mentions spiked, but they can't isolate what caused it, which means they can't fix the right problem. That specificity matters across every industry. It's not enough to know your brand is taking hit. You need to know whether it's a customer service issue, a product complaint, misinformation in the press, or a pricing perception problem. Each of these calls for a complete different response. Before you decide how to respond, diagnose what you're responding to. One of the hardest parts of online reputation management is showing that it's working. Reputation is hard to quantify, and that makes it hard to justify investment or to know whether your efforts are actually moving the needle. The most useful thing to track is your sentiment trend over time. Are you being talked about more? Is the ratio of positive to negative mentions improving? Are you showing up in the conversations that matter in your industry? Even without a dedicated tool, you can build the monthly snapshot that captures these data points manually. The habit matters more than the format. Reputation management is never a one-person job. PR, marketing, support, and leadership all need context, and they need it before the situation escalates. The bottleneck is usually not the information itself, it's getting it to the right people at the right time, in a form that can actually act on. Build your sharing infrastructure before you need it. Know who gets which alerts. Know what a situation is developing briefing looks like, so you're not building slides under pressure. Know what level of escalation requires leadership versus what your team handles independently. Communication infrastructure should be boring and reliable, not improvised. The brands that handle reputation best don't have magic tools. They have clear ownership, fast signal detection, and the discipline to understand what's actually happening before they respond. Tools can make all of that significantly faster, but the foundation underneath is a team that knows what they are looking for, who's responsible for acting on it, and what a good response actually looks like. Build that foundation first, then let the tool make it faster.